Hey, it's Justine, and today we are checking out Final Cut Pro for the iPad. Now, I've been using this for about a week, and I really like it. But here's the thing that I'm gonna tell you. If you are a traditional editor coming from Final Cut on desktop, or even Premiere, and you've never really used any type of touch-based editing, I would suggest forgetting everything that you know and come into this with like a completely new mind, because I jumped into this thinking I was gonna be editing like I do on the desktop, and I got a little frustrated because a lot of the things that I would do on my desktop, you do them a little bit differently here, which is way more efficient for touch. And sometimes it can actually be faster. So once I kind of got over that hurdle and just forgot everything that I knew and came into this like I've never edited before, I really started loving it. A few things that I would like that this would do is have external drive support. You can plug in a drive and save all of those files into your library, but you can't edit directly off of an external drive. I also wish that you could send it to your Mac and then send that library back, but once you send it to the Mac, you can't bring the library back and continue to edit. I do hope in a next version or in an update that those are some things that they will allow, but for now, here it is. Okay, so I'm gonna start a new project. You can make your project name, so I'm gonna say Scuba Just, that's me. This automatically has it set at 59.94 frames. We're gonna do 24 frames per second. And when we hit next, this is where you decide where you import your footage from. You can import from photos, files, you can start completely blank, or you can even record with the iPad camera, which is pretty cool. And to import them, you basically just drag and then you click add. And this will automatically create your project and it'll download all of that media from the cloud. And as you can see, all of my stuff is here and ready to edit. Now we have a couple of options over here. We have this insert, so you can overwrite at playhead, insert at playhead, connect at playhead, or append to storyline. So I'm gonna put this entire clip into here because this is kind of a little story that I'm telling, and I'm gonna add some B-roll and stuff over top of it.
I just finished my first part of getting scuba certified.
All of the clips are super easy to adjust. You can just drag, and it'll automatically clip it right there. So I'm gonna do the same at the end here. Dragging this all the way across here can get a little tiring. So they have this thing called the jog wheel, which you can access right up here. And this brings up a little wheel. And this allows you to scrub through the timeline really fast. And this is what really kind of flipped the switch for me of like, oh, I get it. Everything is kind of made to be sort of edited like this, if that makes sense. Like you kind of have access and the reachability is all in here. So you have your inspect, volume, animate, multicam, and you have all of your buttons down here to be able to trim, delete, select, and everything is just within like your thumb's reach. That for me was kind of like when my mind switched into like, oh, everything that I knew before, I'm gonna forget and completely relearn it. Okay, so right here, there's kind of a space. So I'm gonna hit this little select button down here, and then I can zoom in to see, okay, I don't want that anymore, delete. Play.
One of the most difficult parts was having to take off my mask while I'm under the water and then
So now I'm just gonna delete this rest of this clip, and it makes it so easy because you can just hit this little button right here. That gets rid of everything to the right-hand side of it, and it'll just keep that clip. Now, I do like having the keyboard for things like hitting up, and it'll take you to the beginning of clips. Hitting down, I also love just being able to hit spacebar.
My first.
So nice. So those types of things I've still been using the keyboard for. You don't have to, but it's just easy because the keyboard's there. Most of the shortcut keys have transferred over from Final Cut, so if you are familiar with those, a lot of them will work here as well. Okay, this video is great. We love it. It's vertical, great. That's a mistake. So we're gonna put one of these backgrounds. I'm gonna add in this one, and then we're just gonna drag it to the end. Love to see it. So now I'm gonna add a title. There's a bunch of custom titles in here that they already have pre-made. Since I'm just lazy, we're gonna just drag this one right here, and I'm gonna change that to say, diving in the Maldives. Inside of the inspector, this gives you a lot of different options. Like you can change the font, the size, color. I'm fine with this.
I just finished my first.
We've also got effects. So when you scroll through here, we've got a bunch of different effects. There's hard lights, and I think that's a little too harsh, so I'm actually gonna add it to 0.51. That looks great. I'm gonna go in here to the volume, and this inspector tab, we're gonna go back in here and go to the audio. This lets you turn the volume up. You also have voice isolation, so I'm gonna turn that to about 25. Gonna add some loudness. Let's see what that sounds like.
just finished my first part of getting scuba certified here in the Maldives.
Okay. Now let's start adding in some clips over top of this.
This is something that I originally was going to be doing in Catalina.
So I'm talking about getting certified. So I'm gonna scroll up here. And these are our in and out points. Now the thing you can also do is you can hit these little arrows to get your in and outs, or because I love shortcut keys, you can hit I or O. And then this is where we're gonna wanna change this up here. So we're gonna want to do connect at playhead because that's gonna allow it to go over top of this footage. Now, again, because I'm a keyboard freak, I would usually hit Q, but because we're in our touch-based environment, we'll just hit connect. I'm gonna start that here. And then we're gonna turn that volume down because we don't want that volume. We want me talking.
This is something that I originally was going to be doing in Catalina with my sister, but I figure this place is so beautiful and it's one of the best places.
I'm gonna add a picture here, connect.
Head start.
So the one thing I will note is if you do forget if you're in the volume and you're trying to edit these clips, click out of that and that'll let you get back to your clips. So let's make this a little bit shorter. Love it. I think I might want to put another clip over top of here. Connect, volume, down.
Sport person. I'm not like the strongest of swimmers, but like I clearly
Trim the end. Let's add a transition here. Let's do a zoom and pan. Can drag it right to our clip.
swimmers, but like I clearly can actually swim, which I didn't even know that I could do.
You can also drag this up if you want to see more of your timeline. And I'm gonna be adding some more things in here. So I'm gonna go into my options and appearance, and I'm going to adjust this clip height a little bit so I can get more real estate here. This is all lovely, but let's add some music because it's a little boring. I need some tunes. Now these soundtracks that are built into Final Cut, these are dynamic. So when you choose a song, watch this magic. So you can see this thing is so long. So I'm gonna go to about right here and we are going to trim off the rest of it. And did you see that? Did you see that? It automatically adjusted. So when I drag it, the end adjusts.
While I'm under the water, and then put it back on.
Oh my God, it's perfect. It's beautiful, it's beautiful. I freaking love it. We've also got some objects here. Let's add a little thumbs up.
Like the strongest of swimmers.
You can move them all around. It's so intuitive.
But like,
Love it.
I
Let's go back and add another little clip here, maybe like a little turtle. Oh, he's so cool. We're gonna add that right here. Volume down.
didn't even know that I could do.
Live type. Here we go. Now you see the live drawing shows up right here.
So I had to go through all
There it
sorts of
is.
things.
I want this to be a little slower, so I'm gonna adjust this so that this ends about right here. So we go into our inspector and you can edit that right here with your draw time. So I want it to be about right here.
To do. So I had to go through all sorts of things today. I had to do
Pretty slow, right? But
most difficult parts, but having
that's the vibe that I was going for. So let's film a quick little video here. Since I'm back from diving, I want to let everyone know I survived and I got certified. They have some new added tools here so you can adjust the exposure. So let's, okay, we're gonna adjust it to about, oh my gosh, wow, this is really close to my face, okay? And then we're gonna do the color temperature. Actually, that looks pretty good to me. And then we're gonna hit record. Hi, so I am back from diving. I had so much fun and I actually got scuba certified for my open water diving and it was the most fun ever. Here's a picture of me and my instruction. I messed up, so hold on. Here's a picture of me and my instructor, Morgan. She was so incredible and so patient and I had the best time. Can't wait to go back to the Maldives. Okay, we did that, hit done, and that will pop up in our library. So let's change this here. Let's append to story. So that'll automatically add it right where we left off. So, hi. So I am back from diving. I had so much. So I talked about I had so much fun diving. Where did I mess up? Okay, so I'll just hit this here and then I hit the little slice button and then slice again. Can delete that.
the most fun ever. Here's a picture of me and my instructor, Morgan. She was so
Let's find our picture of me and Morgan. There's a photo. And there's a photo. Okay, there we go. There's our photo. I'll actually make this a little bit bigger. And I'm gonna move myself over.
Here's a picture of me and and my instructor, Morgan. She was so incredible and so patient, and I had the best time. Can't wait to go back to the Maldives.
And there's our video. You can do some color correction here. We can change our exposure. I'm actually gonna close this so I can see my color a little bit better. I'm gonna add a little saturation, turn the black points up a little, change the tint just a tad, make it a little bit warmer, and there we go. You can turn this on and off by clicking disable, so you can see the color on, off, on, off. We'll keep it on. So I like to be a little more particular with my audio, so I'm gonna go in here into the volume and I'm gonna actually add my own keyframe. This is the keyframe button right here. So I'm gonna hit that, and then I'm gonna go over here, make another one. So over here we have to use our little jog wheel, and this will let you turn the volume up and down.
So I had to go through all sorts of things today.
And then I want the audio to go back down like about here, just like that. So that's some of the basics of Final Cut here for iPad. Something else that I love, I'm gonna start a whole new project here just to show you the multicam feature. So we're gonna click down here for new multicam. We're gonna select our clips, unboxing, we're gonna synchronize using audio. There we have it. Our multicam is right here. I freaking love multicam. It's one of my favorite Final Cut features. So you're basically gonna be edit by touch, so you can just choose which angle you want.
Oh.
Look at this, I'm coming in. Now as I drop the package, I'm gonna cut to 2. So I come in, here's the package, looks great, cut back to me, and then I talk too much, so let's just cut to where I start actually unboxing. So I start unboxing right about here, so I'm gonna delete everything before it. I'm gonna use the jog wheel to cut to about right here, and then where do I actually do anything else? I start taking it out right about here. So I'm gonna delete everything before that. Let's see if this works. Copy. Okay, we're gonna paste it. I'm gonna put that on top. So I'm able to nudge this to line it directly up with the bottom. Let's see, we're gonna move this over. I'm actually going to crop it. There we go. We're gonna move that right there. And then that should give us a nice 2-shot, and then it cuts back to the bag. Now, another new feature that they have on here is background removal. So here's me talking. Let's go into our effects, scroll down to the scene removal mask, and there we go. It did a pretty decent job. So I could actually improve this a little bit. I can cut out the bottom. I'm gonna add a new background. This vapor, drag this under there. Oh yeah, let's add some text. Gonna use that jog wheel, nudge that over. And there we have it. Not bad at all. So that, my friends, is Final Cut Pro for the iPad. I am so excited for the future of touch-based editing. I feel like it really is the next generation way of editing. I edit so much on my phone, but to be able to have a bigger device, something that is purely dedicated to the Final Cut ecosystem, I'm so excited about it. I have started a little notepad of a wish list of things that I want and some questions that I have. So if you guys have any questions or a wish list of things that you would like to see included in the new Final Cut for iPad, please leave me some comments below.